This K&N air intake system is designed to increase power and acceleration by reducing restriction in the intake path. K&N 63-3077 air intake fits 2011 and 2012 Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra 2500 and 3500 pickup trucks with 6.6-liter diesel engines. The 63-3077 air intake is not legal for highway use in California or other states adopting California emission standards. Check knfilters.com for an up-to-date list of models that this air intake fits and for a list of other CARB adoption states. K&N power testing showed an estimated power gain of 19.3 horsepower at 2420 RPM with the 63-3077 air intake installed on a 2012 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD with a 6.6-liter diesel engine. Actual results will vary depending on the condition of the vehicle, mileage, weather, and other variables. With the air intake installed, we ran the vehicle on the dyno to test the sound comparison versus the stock intake. This air intake system includes components that have been designed or matched to the needs of these pickup trucks to produce a safe horsepower increase. Detailed installation instructions are included with this kit. The tools needed for this install are shown. Turn off the ignition and disconnect the negative battery cable. Disconnect the mass air sensor and the temperature electrical connection. Loosen the hose clamps that secure the factory intake tube to the turbo inlet and airbox. Remove the factory intake tube from the vehicle. Loosen the two screws securing the airbox lid, and then remove the airbox lid and air filter. Lift up the lower airbox to dislodge it from the mounting grommets, and then remove the lower airbox from the vehicle. Remove the airbox mounting grommet and mounting plate bolts. Cut the provided edge trim into two sections. One is to be 9.5 inches long, and the other section is to be 17.5 inches long. Install the 9.5-inch long trim section onto the heat shield. Install the 17.5-inch long section of the edge trim onto the heat shield lid. Set the heat shield into position on the airbox tray, and then secure it to the airbox tray using the provided hardware. Carefully set the K&N air filter into position on top of the airbox tray. Remove the filter minder and grommet from the factory airbox. Install the filter minder and grommet into the K&N intake tube. Install the K&N intake tube into the heat shield and secure it with the provided hardware. Install the K&N air filter onto the intake tube and secure it with the provided hose clamp. Remove the mass air sensor from the factory airbox housing. Install the mass air sensor into the K&N mass air sensor housing and secure it with the provided hardware. Install the two provided silicone hoses onto the K&N mass air sensor housing and secure them with the provided hose clamps. Be sure to only slide the silicone hoses on halfway so enough coupling is available to mount onto the intake tubes. Install the mass air sensor assembly onto the K&N intake tube and secure it with the provided hose clamp. Be sure to install the mass air sensor housing in the correct direction. The electrical connection should be pointed toward the passenger side of the vehicle. Install the provided hump hose onto the turbo inlet and secure with the provided hose clamp. Install the K&N intake tube into the silicone hose at the turbo inlet and then into the silicone hose at the mass air sensor. Adjust the tubes and mass air sensor housing for best fit and then secure with the provided hose clamps. Install the heat shield lid onto the heat shield and secure with the provided hardware. Reconnect the mass air sensor and the temperature sensor electrical connection. Reconnect the vehicle's negative battery cable. Double check to make sure everything is tight and properly positioned before starting the vehicle. It will be necessary for all K&N high-flow air intake systems to be checked periodically for realignment, clearance, and tightening of all connections. Failure to follow the above instructions or proper maintenance may void warranty. K&N makes products for nearly every vehicle on the road. The K&N website allows you to search products by vehicle or dimension, download installation instructions, view dyno charts showing estimated horsepower gains for this product, and view product details. For information on where to buy K&N products, go to knfilters.com.